Thank you everyone for coming. My name means moon in Vietnamese, so moon is my nickname. Some clients get confused because they think I work with the moon. Moon is just what I have many of my clients call me. My real name is Nguyet, which is harder to pronounce and remember, but I can be called either Moon or Nguyet. And thank you everyone for coming today. So I'm going to present a slideshow presentation, which goes over how I got started. Um, and so I'm a natural born healer with divine gifts. So I was born with this gift, and I discovered it about 8 years ago. And I'm just a conduit or a vessel for source energy. So I don't do the healing; source is doing the healing. So I'm able to. I do it with my words. I can do it by touch or without touch. Um, about 2 months ago, I started incorporating touch into my sessions because it's more intense. The clients can feel the energy more intensely, and it's usually when I touch, it's more instantaneous. Now, all my sessions are instantaneous, and also is not 100% guarantee. So some people have immediate 100% pain-free results, and the pain stays away. And for some clients, like some percentage of it comes back, like 50% or 20% of it comes back. And then I have a few clients where the session just doesn't work for them, and 100% their pain comes back. So results do vary, but I do have a very high percentage. I would say it's at least over 80 to 90% where they have some pain relief where it doesn't come back. And I'm self-taught, so I never went like it's everything's my own method. I tried using other people's healing methods, but it just I just felt like it was much stronger and more effective whenever I used my own words and when I spoke from the heart. Like if I was like I remember there's another healer who showed me his method. He says, "Oh, call your favorite archangel, like say, then ask for the intention, and then thank them for healing with that intention." And it just didn't resonate with me, and it wasn't as powerful. It still worked, but it wasn't as immediate, and it wasn't as strong when I used my own words. So when I first started, I was using another person's healing method. I was reading his prayers, and I was using the vocal crystal, and I used to do group healings with that. And but then I start using my own words, and I just know it's more powerful because I can feel my hands heating up. And when I use my own words, it's actually more instantaneous. It happens more frequently. Like when I was using the other person's words, it would take 15 minutes long. But when I use my own words, it's within seconds, or sometimes it's 10 seconds, sometimes it's within 5 minutes. It depends on the client. It varies. There's some clients where they feel immediate pain relief, but then there's some where they don't feel it until a week later or a couple days later. And then there's some, like there's a few cases where it just doesn't work for them. So and my modality has evolved and it's self-created. So I start with using invocations and prayers with the vocal crystal. About like I was going through a lot of stress because I had a really stressful full-time job. So I started using the vocal crystal on myself and saying the prayers written by another healer. And I noticed that my anxiety would relieve, and I felt more energized and calmer. So I was doing self-healing. And then back in April, I had a client that wanted my copper bracelet, but I ran out. And then I told her, I can try the vocal crystal and I can try a prayer for you. So I did that. And then within 2 minutes, 100% of her arthritis pain went away, and it stayed away. And she's like in her 70s. And so then I no longer use, now I use prayers, but I use my own prayers, but I don't use prayers from a prayer book. And I also no longer use the vocal crystal because I use my hands. And now I offer healing with touch, where I lay my hands on the client on the area of pain. And I would say over 90% of the time, they feel some pain relief. And when I use my hands. And I use positive affirmations and intentions to heal. So I channel source energy of the highest frequency, highest vibration from the highest power. And I have the gift where I can channel it into any object. I could, use a water bottle. I can channel into water. I've used a cell phone. I've used gemstone bracelets. I've used string bracelets. I've used people's pendants. Usually when I take an object to channel, it just takes me 15 to 30 seconds. And when I hand it back to them, they do experience pain relief. And I'm going to show you some video testimonials. I started collecting video testimonials back in July 4th of last year, 2025. And since then, I've collected about 50 video testimonials now. So now it's, and I do follow-up video testimonials. So what I've been doing is I've been reaching out to my former clients whose pain still stayed away. And some of them don't have 100% pain relief. I reach out to them and I have them speak about their experience and if their pain came back or not. I do have some clients where 100% of their pain is gone and it's stayed away for almost like a year now, or at least a couple months. And this is just with one session alone. I just do one session. It's very rare that I do multiple sessions with clients because most of my clients, their pain stays away, so they don't really need another session. That's just how powerful source energy is. It's the most powerful energy that there is. And so my first session took place in March 28th for a client that was over. I already went over that. And then within 2 minutes, all her pain went away. And I did check back with her. It stayed away. And then I stopped using the invocations like back in August. And then now I no longer use it. And I just use my own words. And then I just feel like my gifts are in my words and I'm able to speak things into creation. For example, recently, I've been doing hot flashes for many of my clients. Like I noticed I was working on a client who was sweating profusely. She was sweating a lot where my hands, when I offered hands-on healing, so I was touching her and I was working on her arm. I was working on a different body part, but I noticed that she was sweating a lot. And I told her, I can help you with your, do you have hot flashes? And she said, yes. I said, I can set intentions to get rid of your hot flashes. And then right when I said that, and I just lifted my hand only for like less than a minute. And I told her I could help her with her hot flashes. Right when I said that, right when I put my hand back on her hot flashes already cleared. And she constantly had the sweating for like the past couple hours. And she says that it disrupts her sleep. And like she also has insomnia because a few weeks before when I was at another fair, I discovered I was able to do hot flashes. I had a client that was sweating a lot and she says she's always sweating. And when I put my hands on her, I put the intentions to regulate her body temperature and to get rid of her hot flashes because she says she's always constantly sweating and I felt her body instantly cool down. So sometimes like it just with my words alone, I don't have to touch clients. And today I'm going to show a video from a client from a while back where I didn't touch her, but she still had her pain was still gone. So during my session, I remind them that like words are spells to the universe. So I'm just very mindful and careful of the words I use because that's how I heal. Like source just instantly comes whenever I say my intention. Like I don't have to go into a deep meditation. It just, and then I write down, I have the clients write down their wishes and intentions, and the more specific, the better. It's almost like a method of them manifesting it into creation. So I would, I had one client that said she had pain on her arm. So then I put intentions for her aches and her soreness on her arm to go away. And then afterwards, I said, oh, it's your pain gone? And she says, it's gone, but I still have the stiffness. Or like one client said she still had tingling. So then I put the intentions for the stiffness and then the stiffness went away. So the more specific the intentions are, the better like it works, so the more effective the session is. So I always tell my clients to give me details because then what I do is I use what they tell me and I put it in my own words. And now I had a friend that had cancer and I was doing prayers with her. And I noticed when I was doing prayers, miracle healings would be happening. So now I put all my intentions in the form of prayers now. And I noticed that it's stronger and it's more effective. it's like my method has evolved through trial and error. With one client, like I was, she's a friend of mine. I was practicing with her. I did it with just as a statement alone, and it wasn't immediate. She still felt pain reduction, but when I said it in the form of a prayer, it like was more instant. Like most of her pain went away. So, so thoughts and words are powerful. They can create your reality, and anyone can do it. It's kind of like it's the law of attraction, and I strongly believe in it because that's what I use during my session. And then I'm going to go on to this is 8 years ago. This is how I discovered my gift was about 8 years ago. I injured my back and I had severe back pain, and I was going to a chiropractor, and he says my back was as stiff as a board. Like he said, and I went to acupuncturist. I went to like massage therapist. I did everything because it was causing me to have a headache, and it was affecting my energy level, and I just never had pain in my life. So I was doing everything I can to get rid of it. And I even did yoga. In the end, I used these copper bracelets because I knew copper was, I went to a gift shop where they sold all these copper bracelets. And I noticed that 80% of my pain would go away. And then later on, it didn't completely go away. When I did yoga, eventually it went away completely. And I thought it was the bracelet. So I started giving it to people. Like I worked in the casino and I knew of so many people with back pain. So I gave it to over 20 or 30 people, and every single one of them said that their pain, most of their pain went away. And some people said like 100% of. Sambo is a case where she had severe sciatica, like level 10 pain, a pinched nerve, and a dislocated shoulder. So she considered it as a miracle. This is a text from her. It's hard to see. She says this is a miracle. For the first time ever in my whole life with chronic pain, I mean, literally shooting, stabbing, sharp pain. This morning I woke up feeling painless. So that was like, she actually, usually I always tell clients that if they have faith in it, it works better. Like I noticed that energy healers, people who also do energy work, like Reiki masters, or even when I was working up in Mount Shasta, like they would just gravitate and they would come to me, like, and I wouldn't even have to talk about myself. They already, like, they can feel my energy. So people who are more receptive, who already do energy healing, or even, but Salma was a unique case because she actually thought she even told me she thought I was crazy. I told her, I can give you a copper bracelet and I think it'll work and I feel like it'll get rid of all your pain. And she says she thought I was completely crazy. Like she didn't believe me. And she even said that, like, and then right when I put on the bracelet, she was so shocked. She says it's working, like her pain went away. And not only did it go away, it stayed away. And it's been 8 years. I actually ran into her a year ago at the farmer's market. And I asked her, did your back pain ever come back? Did your sciatica, pinched nerve pain? And she says it's never returned. And it's been 8 years. So the results can be really long lasting. But she doesn't believe a source when I told her it's, I can use, back then I didn't even believe it. Like, it was, I still believed it was the bracelet when I helped Sambo. It was when I went to Sedona, Arizona. I met a Reiki master and she's a reconnected healer. She had back pain too. And I said, I can give you a bracelet. It'll get rid of your pain. I don't know how it works, but these bracelets, I don't know why. The copper must be really, like, I know it's anti-inflammatory. She says, it's not the bracelet that's doing the healing. It's your intentions. You know, she says it was source energy, but she didn't use the word source. She used the word God. She says, like it's God that's doing the healing, but you're healing through your intentions. It's through your words. Like, it's through your thoughts. You're not, she says objects can't heal. And she says she's also like, a lot of healers are also intuitive. She's also very intuitive and psychic. She says, I can use any object or no object at all. But I did not believe her because it just didn't seem realistic. She says, I can pick up a pebble, a rock from the ground and give it to someone and tell them. She says with an object, it gives them more faith and it works. And so I kind of knew I had the gift, but I didn't actively use it. I think it was like fear that was holding me back. I didn't really know what it was. And I'm also a teacher and I just saw myself as just being a teacher, but I like helping people. So it was not until like a year ago, I started actually giving away copper bracelets. And April, then I don't have it in my slideshow, but I went to a fair back in like over the summer last year, and a Native American healer told me it's not, like she's told me that you can facilitate healing just with your words alone, or you don't even have to, just with your words alone, you don't have to use an object. So you can use an object or no object. And she says you can use any object. It doesn't have to be a copper bracelet. She had like a statue of a rock on her table. She says you can hand someone this rock and tell them that their pain will go away, and it'll go away. And what she was doing, she did automatic writing, and I did a trade session with her because a fellow vendor told me, oh, she's really accurate. She's also a medium and channeled her dad, and she knew like description and everything. So I tried a session with her just to find out more about my gifts, because I didn't really completely understand it. And she says, call it source. Because back then, like, I couldn't, like, when I first started, I was just telling people, I don't really know how it works, but it works. And everyone thought it was the copper bracelet. And I didn't really explain it, because if I don't understand, I don't want to mislead them and tell them the wrong information. But since then, I've had like at least 20 or 30 different healers tell me I'm channeling source. So I know it's source. And so then that's when I started having faith and starting using, it took me almost 8 years to start using different objects. So I broke away from just using copper bracelets. So I started using people's cell phones. I started using people's own jewelry, personal objects, and it was working. So because I thought to myself, I was saying, I remember the Reconnected healer told me that if I can use any object to heal, then that must be true. Like, this is the second person who said that, because it sounds so bizarre. Like, but even when I was promoting my copper bracelets, some people would think like, this really sounds like hocus pocus. I had a lot of skeptics because it doesn't sound realistic. Hey, I can give you a bracelet and it'll get rid of your level 10 severe spinal stenosis pain and your level 10 sciatica. Like, but it was working. Like, it was hard for me to believe in the beginning. So that's why I understand when I have skeptics, because I was even skeptical of even myself and my abilities. So I realized I was standing away here. I guess I'm gonna just stand in front of the projector anyways. So during December, when I developed more faith in my abilities and results became stronger, because I feel like since I have more faith in my abilities, my results were even stronger. Like Tracy, she said she couldn't even bend her back. Like, this was about a year ago, January 2000. She fell, she's in her 60s, and she slipped and she couldn't even bend her back. It was like level 10 pain. And I gave her the copper bracelet. With the copper bracelet alone, I didn't even do a session. I didn't start sessions until April of, until the end of March 2024. And all her pain went away. And I still keep in contact with her because she's one of my friends, and it still has stayed away. And she doesn't have to rely on it. Some people, they need the bracelet. They take it off, like Salmo in the beginning, the pain will come back. And then they put it on, the pain goes away. They take it off, the pain comes back. But then some people, results vary for each person. Some people, the bracelet integrates with them. The source energy, I describe the bracelet as like a battery holding source energy. So the bracelet is not what's doing the healing, even though it has healing properties, it's anti-inflammatory. What's healing people is the source that's projected into the bracelet. Like, I'm able to channel source not only into copper bracelet, but any object, or I can just do it directly into the person where they don't need a bracelet. So they don't have to rely. And I can put as many intentions as the bracelet and they don't have to be recharged. But I found out recently, like a couple months ago, that one time I cleared an object and it got rid of the intention and her pain came back because she still was relying on that object first. So this is one of the reviews where she talks about like how her arthritis pain went away, and also her left hip pain went away when she wore the bracelet. But then when she takes it off, the pain comes back. So I've used like plastic objects like the cell phone grip and I help the lady with rheumatoid arthritis. I also get often asked like, is it copper more effective because it's a really good, because it's a good conduit for channeling energy, or I've used like the plastic part of a cell phone grip, and I've used cell phones itself, and like some people were 100% pain free. So it's not the object, I feel it's really the energy. And then I start doing, I'm going to go back and I'm going to share some video testimonials. So Rosa, she gave a copper bracelet to her brother.
Very thankful to Nguyet for helping my brother. He was walking with pain. He had hurt his back. I told her about it, and she recommended her copper bracelet. I got it for him. I took it back to him. He wore it, and by the next day, he was walking without a cane, and the pain was gone. This was 7 months ago, and he hasn't been using the cane anymore or the bracelet. Sometimes if his back starts to hurt, he'll put it on, but within hours the pain is gone.
Okay, so he no longer uses the copper bracelet anymore, right?
No, he'll use it on and off depending, like if he feels.
So that was Rosa's brother. Just so you know, I never met him. I don't even know what he looks like. I've never spoken to him on the phone or even in person. I just gave the bracelet to him to give to the brother. So I don't have to have a direct connection with the person. I don't have to even, I never even did a virtual healing with him. I'm also a distance healer where I've had results that are just as effective in person. And because I've done urinary tract infections virtually and insomnia virtually, where their insomnia is gone and all their symptoms of their UTI is also gone. So just like with the bracelet alone, it could just be, some people ask, are the sessions better than the bracelet? But her brother used to no longer walks with a cane. After that, his pain was level 9. I'm not going to show the whole video, but if you go to my Instagram, you can see all of the video testimonials. And he was walking with a cane after he received the bracelet. It was the source energy that integrated in his body and that got rid of his pain, and he no longer needed a cane. So it was just with the bracelet alone. I never did an energy healing session with him, but it was technically kind of because I did healing for him through the bracelet. So and then this is with objects. When I was in Turlock, I started channeling. This is my first time channeling objects.
I stopped by the booth at the Holistic Fair to see Nguyet, and I was having some neck pain. She asked for my watch, and she put prayers and intentions into my watch. And as soon as I put it back on, my neck pain was gone.
Hi, yes, I'm here at the Holistic Expo, and I came to visit Nguyet, and she used my phone to put her personal intentions that my arm pain would go away, and I noticed that the pain did significantly go away.
My name is Santiago, and I'm here with Nguyet, and she, oh Lord, earlier, I was feeling shoulder pain, collarbone all the way to shoulder pain. I can even do this. Now I'm able to hold myself now again, move my arms. Yeah, she did a little prayer on my little bracelet right here, and ever since she did the prayer and I put it back on, I'm able to move. Yeah, my pain tolerance was from 1 to 10. It was at a 10. I couldn't even barely move my arm or anything. Just to even get out of the chair was hurting. And then now it's at a 1. I'm seriously, it just feels so much better now. You have no idea. It's oh my God, I'm able to move.
So there's 2 more. And just so you know, when I was doing that, I spent about 15 seconds putting intentions, 15 to 30 seconds. So they would just hand me an object. They would tell me what area of pain they had. And I would just say in my head that their pain will, their headache will go away, or, back then, they say, I tell them prayers, but sometimes I would just do statements. When I first started, I didn't even clear the object, but I took longer. Now I take longer because I cleared the objects, and it would still work even though I wasn't clearing the objects. And then Linda, this is she's a client. Yeah, I just did a healing session with Linda. And Linda, did you want to talk about the areas I worked on and how you felt afterwards?
Absolutely. Oh my God. This is absolutely amazing, because if you can see up and down here, I've never been able to get down on the floor because I'm afraid I'll never get back up. But today, after her session, oh my God, I can get down on the floor with no pain.
How long would it take you to get down on the floor before?
Oh good Lord, a good 10 to 20 minutes.
And earlier, it just took you 10 seconds, or actually probably 5
Just now,
seconds,
it just took me 3 seconds.
or 3 seconds to get down.
I know, it's like, I've never been able to bend over without pain.
And I also worked on your right knee, your arthritis on your right knee.
Yes.
So what happened after? So I worked on her arthritis, hot flashes, insomnia. She had bladder control loss. And she's actually, after the session, it was about like a 10 to 15 minute session, all her pain went away. And she also had arthritis and sciatica. And then there is also brain fog and chronic fatigue. So when I do a session, it can cover like as unlimited amount of, just within 30 minutes. Now I do 30 minutes now, but I also do home visits where the sessions can be longer. And I don't think I have that. And I also do pets also. I'm not going to show all the video testimonials because I want to leave time to do healing demonstrations. But here, I'm going to just, I want to just show some of the, I'm trying to think of, well, Dennis, this is when I did 2 people at once. I used to do 2 people at once often.
Late August, early September, I just woke up with major hip pain, and it's constantly nagging me. Like every time I stood up, every time I got out of the car, anytime I would like stand up or get out of bed, I would have major pain go down my left side, all radiating from my head. Like to where I would have to take a couple seconds, like before it would go away, or I'd have to walk a little bit before it would go away, and it was just constant. I had a healing session with Nguyet, 15-minute healing session. My wife and I had a group session. And literally, Nguyet asked me if the pain went away, and I told her honestly, I won't know until I stand up. So she asked me to stand up. I stood up, and seriously, even right now, I don't even believe it. It's kind of crazy to me. Like no pain. Like I stood up perfectly fine multiple times with no pain. So the healing session worked for me. It's still kind of crazy.
So that one was a group session. I did him and his wife at the same time. So that's how I just, well, back, it's kind of I don't want to go off on a tangent, but it was through trial and error. I discovered I could do multiple people at once. That's why I'm going to also offer a free whole group healing session today. And there have been clients or attendees that come up to me after the session, and they tell me that they actually experience pain relief during the whole group healing session. And then for Adam, here, I'm going to just show his dog.
Hi, my name is Adam, and I just want to share my story with you for what Moon has done for me and my girlfriend and our dog. We met Moon, and she came to our house and did a session with all of us. Well, no, I'm sorry, with me and my girlfriend Sonia separately. I had back pain and some inside pain that would come and go, but the back pain was there pretty much every day. And after our sessions and after Moon set her intentions in our bracelets, which I like to wear all the time anyways, but I know that it's not in my bracelet, that the intentions are already in me, and my back pain is gone almost all the time now. I hardly ever feel it. My girlfriend's arthritis is doing much better since our sessions. The thing I want to share with you that is just like a miracle to me, like literally a miracle to me, is that our dog woke up one day, and it's an old dog, and its rear leg wasn't moving at all. It wasn't even working. The dog would take a step and it would fall down, and it would just lay in the hallway. And it being an older dog, we were really worried about it, that maybe it had a stroke or something. We had to carry it outside to go to the restroom and stuff. So we were thinking about taking it to the hospital, the dog, the vet. And so we decided to put the bracelets on his leg. And before the end of the day, the dog was walking. And then the next day, you couldn't even tell that anything had happened to the dog. It's gotta be, it's a miracle. I mean, because just the intentions that were in the bracelets, we put it on the dog. The dog is fine now.
So that just shows, that's when I discovered it was through him. Adam told me that he put the bracelet on his dog, and after that, like it's been back to normal ever since. It never had to go to a doctor. So the source energy in the bracelet also healed the dog. So ever since then, I started doing sessions for animals, and they're actually more open and receptive. Like usually it works. Like I would say, like it's almost 100% accuracy for animals, because they, because I feel like animals are very intuitive. and they understand. But this is actually from, you probably recognize her.
Debbie, and I was just checking back with her because I worked with.
She attends SoulSearch often.
And she was walking with a cane. Debbie, did you want to go over the results of our healing session from 3 months ago?
Yeah, 3 months ago, like she said, I was walking with a cane and had a lot of pain in my knee. I have arthritis and I have tears in my meniscus. And a little while after her session, it wasn't instant, but it did work, because now I am not walking with a cane anymore. I can kneel. I could, I'm not walking with a cane.
You haven't been walking, and you've been pain-free ever since, right? What level was your pain?
Oh, like 15.
On scale 1 through 10, it was pretty severe.
Yeah, it was pretty severe. So it was a 10, because I was like falling over with the cane, because it would just give out on me with a sharp pain. And I'd almost fall even though I had a cane.
Do you remember how long I spent channeling? I didn't really do a session with you. I just channeled. I put intentions in your pendant, in your necklace. How long did it was about? Probably, I kind of remember it was less than 20 seconds. Right?
Sure, yeah, I don't remember the time.
But it was under a minute. So I just put intentions in your necklace.
Yes.
Okay, so that's Debbie. And so that shows that sometimes people do receive long-term results like Debbie's. If you want to check out the rest of my video testimonials, you can check it on my Instagram page. And so I'm going to do a meditation right now, and then I'll do I have permission to connect with everyone's soul in this room?
Yes.
Okay, so you could just nod your head, and then I'm going to put a bubble of white light and protection around everyone, so only positive energy and white light can come through. And I'm going to put a bubble of protection around myself too, so only positive energy and white light can come through. And I'm going to clear everyone's energy. So clear everyone of like any low vibrational energy or negative energy. And so I'm going to go ahead and I say all my intentions in my head, but I'm going to put on
I am that I am. The very first time I meditated to these sounds, I was hooked, as were each of my children to perm.
I'm going to put on some meditation music, but I'm doing the healing with this music. can you raise your hand if you felt any difference, or does anyone want to share?
Yeah,
Yes.
I've actually been sitting here this whole time with pain in my left side of my stomach.
Yeah.
I don't feel that anymore.
Oh, after the 5-minute free healing group session, your pain in your stomach went away.
Yeah, it's gone.
But before you had it, what level of pain was it?
Oh, probably 4 or 5.
Oh, so you had level 4 or 5 pain, but now it's 0, right?
Yeah,
The pain
I
completely.
don't feel the pain anymore.
Yeah. So after the 5-minute free, or the 5-minute whole group healing session, your pain went away. Did it go away after the session or during the 5-minute session?
During the session.
During the session. Okay, because I was putting intentions for overall healing too, and that has happened in the past. Okay, so do I have any volunteers who have chronic pain that want to do here? Can I also do healing demonstrations at my booth too? So if I don't get to you, you can come by my booth as well too. So did you want to come up? All right, so where's your level of pain, or where's your area of pain that you? I'm gonna just work on one area.
I have quite a few spots.
Okay,
But
so is that your most severe?
yeah, this one is bothering me the most.
On your hand over here?
Frequently, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna put a bubble of white light and protection around you, so only positive energy come through, and I'm gonna put a bubble of white light and protection around me, only white light, so only white light and positive energy that come through, and I'm gonna clear your energy, and I'm gonna clear my energy. So I'm going. Okay, so what's your name?
Michelle.
Michelle. Okay, it's nice to meet you. So do I have permission to touch you?
Yes, please.
Okay. And what's the symptoms?
Just severe pain. I
Achiness, soreness, right?
yeah, sometimes I can't even like hold anything with that hand because it just cramp. It's like a severe cramp. I don't know if it's arthritis or tendon or what it is.
Do you feel the vibration on? Because I feel it sometimes.
Yeah, my whole body's starting to wave.
Do you feel the pulsating on that hand in the area of pain? Because I feel it, like
A
you
little,
feel
yeah,
like
I was
pulsating.
feeling a little bit of like tingling.
Yeah.
Not tingling, like
Yeah, pulsating, kind of like
Yeah.
a heartbeat, kind
Yeah,
of. Yeah, that's kind of common. I feel like that's when it's being extracted. Do you feel it being lessened? Is it still
Your
there?
hands are just so comforting. So
Yeah. Yeah. But it's still vibrating. Guys, I usually hold on to it until it stops vibrating. But did the pain lessen?
A little bit, yeah. It just feels really soothed by your hands.
Oh yeah, my hands are warm, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
usually
very warm.
they always heat up.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
like twitching happening.
Okay, so then I'm gonna just do it in your bracelet.
Okay. I usually wear both.
Okay. Okay, so I just put the intentions for
Okay,
it. So that
thank
should
you.
amplify it. Did it amplify it, or did it lessen more with the object?
Yeah, it's funny. I see like a red spot, but it feels more relaxed now.
Okay. Okay, is there any other volunteers?
thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for giving your feedback. Hi, how are you? What's your name?
Rani.
Okay, so I'm going to clear my energy, and I'm going to, do I have permission to connect with your soul? I'm going to put a bubble of white light and protection around you, so only positive energy and white light can come through. I'm going to put a bubble of white light and protection around me, so only positive energy and white light can come through. Heard, did you want it? Okay, so I'm going to, what I'll do is, I'm going to clear your energy. Okay, so where's your pain that you want me to work on?
I have knee pain, but I think I don't feel it now.
but I still have a hip pain.
Oh, which pain do you feel right now?
Hip.
Okay, I'll do your hip. Okay, so then here, I could just hold your hand. So, because usually with skin contact, do I have permission to hold your hand? Sorry. It's more immediate and effective, like when I do direct skin contact. Do you still did the hip pain lessen? I think I heard it just crack. So, did it get reduced?
I feel it.
Oh, you feel like it went down?
Yeah.
By how much? I'm just curious.
I think I cannot bend my hip.
Oh, before you could even bend your hip,
No.
and now you can bend it?
Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah. And then what object do you want me to amplify it with? I amplify my intentions with objects sometimes. But sometimes all their pain is gone, so an object is not needed.
Wow.
So is your hip pain still there?
No.
So it's all gone? So 100% of your hip pain is gone?
I couldn't bend.
You couldn't bend your hip earlier, now you can bend it.
Yeah.
But what was your pain level before?
I don't know, like it was severe, but these days I don't even do like little bit.
Okay, so before your pain level on your hip was severe and now it's 0%. Okay, so that's what that was. Okay, so I probably don't even need to put intent because your pain is already gone. But I'm going to just do it anyways.
I don't know. Like,
I'll just do it anyways.
And see my legs?
What?
Can
Oh yeah, you can sit down
because
because before you couldn't even crisscross it. You can demonstrate and show the audience that now you can sit crisscross. Before you could even bend. Okay, now she can sit crisscross, so you can see that sometimes it's instantaneous. But I'm gonna still, yeah. So when you sit crisscross, you still feel a little bit, but before you couldn't even sit crisscross.
Yes, I don't even go on the ground.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'll still put source energy. Oh, your knee pain is gone too?
Yeah.
Oh, just so you know, her knee pain is gone, and I didn't even put intentions for her knee. So sometimes source knows where to go. Like that's happened to me before too. Or maybe it was it during the group session?
Yes.
Okay, so her knee pain went away during the group session. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so. Okay, so I put intentions for your hip pain and your knee pain to, to stay pain free. Okay,
thank you.
Okay, so here I could probably do one more. Is there any? Okay, so here, if you guys go to my booth, I can do the demonstrations as well. Sorry. Yeah, I have a booth. I'm right to the right of the entrance. I'm on the front of the entrance. If you turn right, you'll find me. Hi. Do you have chronic pain?
Sensitivity here, the teeth from the cavity sensitivity.
Okay, so toothache. Okay, so do I have permission to connect with your soul? This is probably the last one I have to do because I'm looking at the time. Okay, so what's your name?
Lisa.
Lisa. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna put a bubble white light and protection around you. It's the only positive energy and white light can come through. I'm putting a bubble white light and protection around me. It's the only positive energy and white light can come through. And I'm going to clear your energy. I'm going to clear my energy. And just so you know, I only did like a demonstration. If you want a full session and whole body healing, you can come to my booth. Okay, so I'm going to hurt you. Sorry. Okay, so on your tooth. So I'm going to just, you don't have to touch your tooth, so I can just do it through the hands. I can also do it without touch.
Which tooth is it?
More like this one, low one.
On your low
sensitivity.
bottom tooth. Do you feel any reduction on the tooth pain?
When I drink cold water, I feel it.
What? Oh, it's only after you drink cold water, so you won't know until later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
good.